Hey guys, I wanted to make a little video to connect with you because I had a really neat conversation. I don't even know that was a conversation. I had a neat experience with my 8-year-old, Molly, and she was sharing a thought with me last night, which kind of led into some processing this morning. And I wanted to share it because I think it's really valuable information for you. And it kind of speaks into our future and breathes hope. And so I wanted to share with you the reasons why my kids' life and their lives are changed and will be changed because Mark and I own businesses. Now, obviously, I sell Scentsy. I have for 6.5 years. Mark is starting his own web design company, building websites for people. And my kids have learned a lot about life through this experience at such a young age, and I've really started to pick up on it, and it kind of makes me excited, and it gives me a different level of hope for them. Because if you know my story is not of hope, especially for a future, for a business, to own a business, or even to find anything valuable in the work field. I struggled greatly in school, and I struggled with grades and learning. And so I really didn't have any direction that I wanted to go in, and I really didn't think that I would be good at anything. So I have developed and learned and grown greatly in the last 6.5 years, actually, in ways I can't even begin to tell you because it would take me a long time, much longer than this video is going to be. But my kids, while I have grown and learned and built a business, they've learned with me, and I didn't even realize it. So last night after dinner, Molly decided she was going to clean the kitchen. And when I say clean the kitchen, she did everything. She wiped down the sink, she wiped down the microwave, she wiped down the stove, she wiped down the cupboards. She put all the dishes in the sink, she washed them, then she put them in the dishwasher. Like just all these things. She was in there for like 45 minutes. And last night she climbed into my bed and she looked at me and she said, "Mom, I really want to create a habit." I was like, "What? You want to make a habit? Okay." She's like, "I really want to develop a habit." And I said, "Okay, Molly, what kind of habit do you want to develop?" Because I wasn't sure where we were going with this. And she said, "I really want to make a habit of cleaning the kitchen every single night." And I said, "Okay." She's like, "I really think that's a good habit to make." And I thought, "You're right, Molly. That's a really good habit to make." So I started thinking about where did she pick up on that? Where did she learn a habit? Like what 8-year-old says, "I'd really like to create a habit," and then follows through with it. Well, who even starts the thought, then follows through with it? Well, my Molly does. And I realized in a moment that Molly learned that behavior and that lingo and that thought process by the culture that we have in our home. Because Mark and I own businesses, because we are trying to grow businesses, because we are starting them out of nothing and building something great, we have to create habits, and we have to work really hard, and we have to look at life differently than if someone was doing the work for us. And I saw it in Molly as she's processing how, if she wants to do something and she wants to have a better outcome, or she wants to be able to control something, that she has to have a habit of doing it to make it successful, to make it work. And I thought that to me, that was so exciting. And so then I started thinking, what have my kids learned? So I want to share with you just for like 3 minutes. I wrote them down. Why my kids' life is different. Their life is going to be different in 10 years, in 15 years, in 20 years, because of the things Mark and I are choosing to do today. Yes, that's parenting. That's the way we treat each other. It's how we communicate. But how we run our business is impacting my kids more than I ever realized. And so I wanted to share with you, our kids, their life is going to be different because they see their mom and dad working a lot, but they also see the results from it. They see that we decide we have this much school debt and we want to pay it off. We create a habit, we create a structure, and then we attack it. We say things like, "You know what, guys? We're going to give up eating out for a period of time. With that money, we're going to put a fence in the backyard. With that money, we're going to get a new swing set," right? We decide that we control our life, and our kids, they're catching onto it because they're watching it, they're living it. So we say, we want to be better stewards of our money. we're not going to eat out for 40 days. Here's what we're going to do with money. And today the kids are in the backyard playing while there's a fence being put up, a privacy fence, so they can play and have their own space. Next week, we're going to pick up the swing set. Having a business has allowed us to control our finances. It has allowed us to get out of debt. It is allowing us to set goals and to achieve them. And our kids get to experience that with us. They get to see things like endless possibilities. Now, our kids 6 years ago, if they were at the age they are right now, their life would be totally different because financially we were in a different place. We had never gone as far on vacation. We went on a honeymoon and we went to Michigan. Those are the two places we had gone in our first 5 years of being married. Now our kids have seen us. They're like, oh, Mom, are you going to Mexico this year? Like, how cool is that my kids expect me to be traveling and they are excited for it. They think it's awesome. They wouldn't be going to Disney in 65 days or whatever the number is. They have gotten to experience these things because of our Scentsy business. We earned a trip. So they get to go on a trip and that's exciting for them. But they look at that and they can say, oh my gosh, okay, my mom's going to work really hard during the months of August to January. And what she's going to do with that time is she's going to have goals. She has to meet them every month. And because she's going to meet those goals, she's going to get a reward. And her reward is going to be a free trip. And this year, I get to go because of it. Teaching my kids that hard work and commitment and organization and planning and habits are creating a lifestyle for them, a lifestyle that they get to enjoy and a lifestyle they get to invite other people to enjoy. They get to develop a desire for commitment. They get to develop a desire for drive and for motivation and for forward movement. One thing that I see with my girls, they don't ever want, they don't want to settle. They want to be better. They want to do things better. I look at Ella in kindergarten and I see how she reads and how she's learning and how quickly she picks up on things and she absorbs it all and she makes herself a better person. She doesn't settle. And Molly is constantly, how can I do this better? I don't want to learn the easy way. I'm gonna figure out the hard way to do it, and I'm gonna do it well. And I think about Kate, and I think about Ben, and I think about how just in a couple years from now, they are going to grow with us in our business, and they are going to see the results of hard work. They're going to see the results of having a dream and a goal. And so today I wanted to share with you how valuable it is that you take control of little parts of your life and you get to say how much time you want to spend on them, and you get to say what the outcome is you want to come from them. By owning a business, and I own Scentsy, but my business, I own my independent consultant business as a Scentsy consultant. I have my own business, but Mark doesn't sell Scentsy. Mark has a website business. And so this is not you have to be a part of Scentsy. This is if you want to take control of your finances, if you want to have a dream and a goal, if you want to get out of we had $80,000 of school debt. We're going to pay off the rest of our school debt in 3 years. And that's not because we're on course, because we'd be paying it off in 10 years. If we continued to pay our school debt all the way down, the correct months, the correct payment that is due, the minimum balance, then we would pay off our school debt the year Molly graduates from high school. Okay, that is 18 years of her whole life. I would still be paying until the year she graduates from high school. No, we own businesses. We've invested our money. We invest our time. We work hard. And because of that, we're going to pay off our school loans in 3 years. That is going to allow us to get a house that would maybe fulfill the needs for our family of 6, or it will allow us to invest in the home that we live in now and put the money into the things, the projects, the places that we would like to put them to better the quality of our life. But by owning a business, by taking control, by saying, I'm going to do something on top of what I'm doing, I'm going to do more, I'm going to do better, and giving it your all, you begin to build a foundation for your future. If I had known 6 years ago that I could do what I've done in 6 years, I would have started when we first got married almost 11 years ago, because it has changed our entire course of our future. If we hadn't taken on this business, we would be still, I know it because I can look at the numbers. I can look at how Mark's paycheck has grown, and it hasn't a ton. And that's not bad, but that's because he works for a business, not his own, that his job is something that's set in stone. And so if we had just stuck with, oh, Mark will work and I'll stay home and we'll make ends meet and we'll live penny to penny and paycheck to paycheck, our life would be completely different than it is right now. We wouldn't even own our home. Because in 6.5 years, we have changed our lifestyle greatly by owning a home, by buying working cars, which is just like, I never would have thought that that would be my life. And it is. And I am going to continue to push hard and to grow more. And I want my kids to build businesses young. I want them to see the value in investing in something in the beginning, working on it, cultivating it, and seeing the outcome for all their hard work by building something great. I will say this, by building a business, Mark, he works really hard and the evenings and well into the night working on his side business. And in the beginning of Scentsy, I worked my tail off. I booked as many parties as I could. I invited as many people as I could. I never stopped working my business. Why? Because I wanted something that was going to be foundationally stable in the future, and I didn't even understand it at the time. Now I get it. So I'm going to continue to have a great work ethic, work my business, build my business, and have something to give to my kids, not only emotionally, mentally, physically, and giving them a different future. Not because I'm giving them money, because I'm not. What I'm giving them is a good work ethic. I'm giving them a view of the world from a totally different perspective than they ever would have been able to have. And I feel excited by that. So I want to encourage you today. Yes, our kit this month for Scentsy, it's $49. That's awesome. I think you should join. I think you should build a business. I think you should work your tail off and have something awesome in 6 years from now to be able to say, I never thought I would be here. I never thought I'd go to Greece. I never thought I'd go to Punta Cana. I never thought I'd buy a house. I never thought I'd own a Ford Explorer. I never thought I'd have 4 kids. I never thought I would be buying my kids a swing set, because I am. I never thought I'd be getting a privacy fence. I never thought, and when I say never thought, I mean even 6 months ago or 8 months ago. I've had to choose to save my money. I've had to choose to be intentional about where I spend things. And I know that that is going to pay off greatly for my kids as they experience these exciting times, as they experience us working hard and making sacrifices and being intentional. They are starting to do the same thing at 6 and 8. At 6 and 8, my children are being intentional about what they're thinking about where they're putting their money, about what they want to invest in, about their time, financially, emotionally. And that is encouraging to my soul. And so I just want to encourage you today, find something worth investing in. Invest in something that's going to change the course of your children's lives. It's going to change the course of your life, because I'm going to tell you, in 10 years, I'm going to be traveling the world still. In 10 years, I'm going to be giving it back. In 10 years, I'm going to be taking people with me. So I hope that you can have that you stop and think about it and make that same choice. I don't care if it's Scentsy. I don't care if it's building a cupcake shop. I don't care if it is investing in an online business, but take time, invest in yourself, invest in your future, invest in your family. And there is no way in 6 years you'll look back and regret it. You will only thank yourself for doing something that betters your family and betters your life. So I hope you guys have an amazing Tuesday, and I appreciate you tuning in to hear why my kids, I feel like, are getting a different future because of something I stumbled on 6 years ago and something that's changed my life. Hope you guys have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.